Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another video. A whole bunch of you have been asking me about how to craft Pokeballs in PIXELMON, so I decided I'm going to make a really quick, really simple step-by-step guide on how to craft every single type of Pokeball in the game. If you're new to PIXELMON, or maybe you just haven't had to craft Pokeballs before, this is going to be the guide for you. Before we get started, just a real quick message. This video is being recorded on my official PIXELMON server, pokeresort.com. A ton of you have been joining because of my YouTube videos. We had like almost 70 people online at the same time this weekend, and it's been so much fun playing with all of you. If you want to join the server for yourself, be sure to check the description below, copy the IP, connect, and start your adventure. Alright, so let's get this tutorial started. The very first thing we need to talk about is apricorns. Apricorns are like a special type of berry or plant that grows in PIXELMON. They just look like these little trees in the ground, and there's 7 different colors of apricorns. So we have red, yellow, blue, green, pink, white, and black. Think about apricorns like the basic building block of Pokeballs. Each one of the colors can be used to make a different type of Pokeball by combining them into different patterns. If we're going to make a lot of Pokeballs, we need to start by harvesting a lot of apricorns. So run around in the wild, explore the world, and find a bunch of these plants. All you have to do is run up to them and right click to harvest them. So there we go, we got a red, we got a green, and we got a blue. And the best part about this is you can actually plant your own apricorns by just right clicking in the ground. So there we've planted a red, there we've planted a blue, and there we've planted a green. These grow pretty quickly, and if you want to speed up the process, you can use bone meal on them, just like this. And I strongly recommend planting your own apricorns because it's going to make it much easier to make a lot of Pokeballs later on. Once you've spent some time collecting or growing your own apricorns and you have multiple of each color, you need to start cooking the apricorns before we can use them. So toss them in a furnace, every single color that you have, along with some coal. Let them cook down for a little while, and you'll see right now I have a red apricorn, coal in the bottom, and this is going to turn into a cooked red apricorn just like this. Grab them out, and now we can move on to the next step, which is making the Pokeball discs. So there's 3 different parts that go into making a Pokeball, and the disc is the top part of the recipe. This is the part where it gets a bit confusing. So depending on which apricorns you use, you're going to get a different type of Pokeball. On my screen right now, you'll see a full list of all the different recipes used to make each of the different types of Pokeballs. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to be making regular Pokeballs using 3 red apricorns, but take a moment right now, pause the video, find out exactly what kind of Pokeball you want to make, and use that pattern of cooked apricorns for this step. So we're going to take our 3 cooked red apricorns, toss them in the crafting table right here, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to get 5 Pokeball discs. So for every 3 cooked apricorns, you will get 5 Pokeball discs out of them. Now that you have your Pokeball discs, we got to move on to making the Pokeball bases. So we got to go and mine either some iron or some bauxite. These both are going to do the exact same thing. Bauxite is basically just an alternative to iron in PIXELMON, and when you smelt it, it's going to give you aluminum. So go out, mine either one of these, collect a whole bunch, and yeah, we can start to smelt it. So toss your iron, or your bauxite, whichever one you collected, into the furnace along with your coal, let it smelt down into ingots. So here I have a whole bunch of iron ingots ready to go. Now we can go ahead and craft the Pokeball base. So just like before, we're going to use 3 in a row. This time it's iron ingots instead of cooked apricorns. So 1 iron ingot, 2, 3, toss that in the crafting bench just like this, 1, 2, 3, and now we have iron discs. The iron disc is what we use to make the Pokeball base. Steal those right there. Once again, you're going to get 5 for every 3 iron you use, just like you did with the Pokeball discs before. Next up, we need to craft a hammer. So a hammer is what we'll use to turn these iron discs and Pokeball discs into actual lids and bases for making the Pokeball. You can craft the hammer out of whatever material you want to use, so it could be iron, diamond, firestone, whatever it is. It's going to work fine, but obviously if you use a better material like diamond, it's going to work a lot faster. So take your 2 sticks and your 5 diamond or whatever material, toss it into a crafting bench just like this, 1, 2, and then 5 diamonds, and there we go, we got a diamond hammer. and we can move along. So the next step is going to be making a PIXELMON anvil. It's a special type of anvil that is used specifically for making Pokeballs and aluminum plates and stuff like that. You're going to need a total of 8 iron to make it in this pattern you see right here. So go ahead and take your iron, toss it in the crafting bench just like this. 8 iron, and we've got an anvil, a PIXELMON anvil to be specific. Go ahead and plop that guy down, and this is what we're going to use to hammer our discs right here into usable iron bases and Pokeball lids. Let's start off with our Pokeball discs, so go ahead and grab those and throw them on the anvil by right clicking. And now we're going to use our newly acquired hammer. Just go ahead and hold down your left mouse button and it will slowly hammer all of these discs one at a time and turn them into Pokeball lids. So we're holding it down, you'll see the animation starts to play, and all 5 of our Pokeball discs will be turned into Pokeball lids. If we look in our inventory right now, you'll see that we have 4 right there, we've got 1 more to go. And just like that, we have 5 Pokeball lids ready to craft. So the next step, we've got to do the exact same thing with our iron discs. Go ahead and grab those, toss them on the anvil by right clicking, take out your hammer again, and hold down left click. Let this run through the animation until all 5 are done. This is where having a fast hammer comes in handy. And now you'll see we have 5 iron bases ready to go. The final thing we need to craft before we can make the Pokeball is a button, because the button needs to go in between the iron base and the Pokeball lid. So go ahead and toss some cobblestone into a furnace, grab your stone, and toss that stone into a crafting table. It's pretty simple, I'm sure you all know how to make a button already. You just plop it down in the middle of a crafting table and it'll give you a button. So there we have a stone, we're going to toss it into our inventory here, and we've got a button. If you made it this far into the video, we're basically done already. All we need to do now is combine our iron base along with our Pokeball lid and the button in the middle to make the final Pokeball. So let's go ahead and open up our crafting bench. We're going to take our iron bases, put one in the bottom. We're going to take our button, put it in the middle, and we're going to take our Pokeball lid and plop it down on the top. Just like that, we have crafted a Pokeball. Now that you know how to make the regular Pokeball, you can take everything you've learned and use the exact same method to make any other type of Pokeball available in the game. If you look in the top right corner of my screen right now, you'll see there is a huge list of different balls that you could create. So let's say for example you want to make the Ultra Ball. All you have to do is head back to that earlier step in the video and replace the 3 red apricorns with the correct color and pattern that you need for the Ultra Ball. So in that case it would be a cooked yellow apricorn here, a cooked black apricorn here, and a cooked yellow apricorn here. That's gonna wrap up today's video. If you found it helpful, be sure to toss me a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave any suggestions or questions down in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next one.